So in this example program we are going to see how we can print this triangular shaped number pattern onto the console. So in this example program we have one class called number pattern, and inside the main method we have one integer variable row. This will hold the number of rows our pattern going to print. I have initialized it with the value 5. Also we can take user input for the row number. Then we have two nested for loop. The outer for loop will run from 1 to less than equal row number by increasing the control variable, and the nested for loop will run from I to greater than equal 1 by decreasing the control variable, and in every iteration of the inner for loop it will print the value of control variable j onto the console. And then we have the println method for the line break, and after that the control will go back to the beginning of the outer for loop, and this way this cycle will continue to happen until the outer for loop condition becomes false. Then the outer for loop will be terminated and the whole program will be terminated. So at the start of the program execution the value of I will be 1, so the inner for loop will run from 1 to 1. So the inner for loop will run one time and it will print the value of j onto the console. Then we have the println method for the line break, and after that the control will go back to the beginning of the outer for loop, and this time the value of I will be 2. So the inner for loop will run from 2 to 1. So the inner for loop will run 2 times and it will decreasingly print the control variable j onto the console. And then again we have the println method for the line break, and again the control will go back to the beginning of the outer for loop, and this time the value of I will be 3. So the inner for loop will run from 3 to 1. So the inner for loop will run 3 times and it will decreasingly print the value of control variable j onto the console. And this way this cycle of events will continue to happen, and it will keep printing the numbers in decreasing order onto the console. And whenever the value of control variable I becomes 6, then the outer for loop condition will be false, so the outer for loop will be terminated and the whole program will be terminated as well. And this way we can print this number pattern onto the console. So now I'm gonna save the program and I'm gonna compile and run the program, and you can see the output we have printed the number pattern onto the console. So this way we can use this nested for loop where the outer for loop will increase its value in every iteration and the inner for loop will decrease its value in every iteration, and by repeatedly doing that and printing the value of control variable j, we can print the number pattern onto the console. So hope you understand the concept. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.